Welcome back. Okay, we've all sort of been guilty of this. Bad home movies, bad home videos. With most of us now taking our own home videos, it might be nice to make them look a little bit better because we're all doing it all the time. Joining me is professional videographer, right? Is that your professional title?
It's always nice to be called professional.
A professional videographer, but that is your business.
Yes.
Doug Dibert Jr.
You got it.
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about your business just a little bit because that is what caught our eye is that you do the main thing that I saw on the site that you do, the wedding video that looks like a movie about a couple's life, which is kind of unique, I think.
Yeah. A part of my business is I create documentary wedding films. They're not traditional, your cheesy wedding video where it's everything's in slow motion and sepia, running through open fields and things like that. So I have more of a documentary film approach to it. So when a couple really wants to relive their day, they relive their day kind of as it unfolds and as it happens, just like a documentary film was created.
So, but you also seem to find a storyline of a couple. This is the way of wedding videos of the future, I think.
You got
right?
it. Yeah, the old traditional music videos where they cut out all the audio and you don't know what they're talking about, what they're laughing about is going away. The documentary feel and look and is definitely coming, and it's here. So.
And when you talk about that, you find the storyline by talking about how they met. What kind of questions do you ask when you're making your wedding videos?
Well, when I usually meet with a couple, sit down with them, and talk to them kind of about how they met and things like that. And the day of the wedding is mainly where I come in, and I focus on how the day unfolds and as it happens. So just as a movie is getting made, you get those establishing shots, you get where the location's going to be at, and you just follow that couple throughout their day, and you focus on that story and that storyline.
And you'll go anywhere for this, right? You'll go to Pennsylvania, you'll go to New York if someone wants to, if they see your website, Crossing Rivers. Wait, say your name.
Crossing River Studios is for my business, and then Crossing River Weddings is for my wedding filmmaking business.
Okay, so that's what caught our eye at first was those wedding videos are definitely something different than what you would typically see. My wedding video was shot by my brother-in-law, and it's of my sister-in-law.
Hey,
the whole video.
We've come a long way since then.
That's right. No, someday I'll show you my wedding video.
Hey,
it's hilarious. I mean, it's really funny.
But at least you had one. Some couples, they're like, well, I don't want to get one because it costs this, costs that, but they don't realize that it's one day.
Incidentally, I did pay my brother-in-law nothing.
Well, unfortunately, you get what you pay for.
When you look back, though, I love it because it's
yours.
Hilarious.
It's your day, and it's something that is a family heirloom.
It is. Oh no! I promise, kids, I won't leave this video to you. All right. So what we really do want to talk about is get your take then, because you're so creative and this is what you do. We all are trying to do a better job with our family video at home.
You got it.
The birthday, the sports, So what are the mistakes that you see your average Joe like me do?
The biggest thing is one of the biggest things is framing. You want to make sure you don't have a ton of headroom, so you don't want their head to be at the bottom of the screen and have like all this stuff above them.
Okay.
And then also with if they're looking left or if they're looking right, you kind of want to position the camera a little bit in front of them where they're looking. So that way it just creates a sense of space between your two subjects.
Okay, so you are seeing us when we're doing our own way too much headroom and looking in directions that make no sense to in relation to the camera.
Yeah, if they're looking, say I'm looking this way, and if it's just one shot of me, you kind of want to have nice room this way instead of having the frame be over here.
It's just weird.
It just looks weird.
It's weird.
Yep, you got it.
Okay, so those are two big aspects.
And then if you have little ones, the biggest thing I see, especially with little ones, and I've been guilty of with my own kids, is shooting down. If they're little, get down on their level. It's always unique to get it from their perspective, from their angle, because sometimes they'll go to the camera, they'll look into it, so it's always cuter. It's a different, exactly, and it's a different perspective as well.
Okay, so that's what you're talking about, high angles and low angles. Let's talk about whatever we're shooting. What's a high angle? Do you stand on things? I mean, when you're looking for a high angle, what are you looking at, or how?
Well, it just kind of depends on your subject. Say if you got little kids, you want to get down to their level,
right?
You don't want to do it from a high angle because again, it just looks funny.
But then mostly that's in relation to kids, though. You're talking
you got it. Yep.
You're not saying climb on the table for your next birthday cake party.
You know, if you want to get a nice high-angle shot of all the kids, yeah, get up on that table and get a nice big wide shot. Everybody might look at you a little weird, but hey, you're getting the good angle. When you watch that video back, it's gonna look awesome.
It's gonna look good. This is the thing that I struggle with when we make videos at home, because I obviously am lucky to work at a TV station. So you know, if I do a video here, I'm gonna have a microphone and everyone's gonna be able to hear. And if you can't hear, someone says we can't hear, let's do it again. At home, audio. What do you do? I mean, you brought a handheld here. What do we do for audio?
Well, this camera actually has a pretty nice microphone in it. It's a directional one, so you can kind of aim it, and it kind of picks the sounds kind of directly in front of them. Some of them cameras don't have that option, but you can actually go out and buy an additional microphone that will fit right on top of the camera. And it's called a shoe.
Do you recommend that then, kind of that accessory that might help you take it to the next level?
It just depends. Yeah, I would suggest just go out and look for a camera that makes sure it has good quality, make sure it has Dolby surround sound built right into it.
It's amazing though that just even from our phones we can do high def.
You got it. Yeah, even phone. Oh gosh, iPhones are. I remember when I got my first phone, and the video we thought was, oh, this is fantastic, and now iPhones are just the HD quality, and then they shoot at 720p if I'm not mistaken. So it's beautiful, crisp images, even with this pictures now. It's crazy. But the same rules that apply for this types of cameras can apply to your iPhone as well.
Okay. So one thing that we were talking about here behind the scenes is that many people shoot their video like this when they have their iPhone.
Yeah.
And that will not, you'll get the two black bars next to your video, right?
You got it. Yep.
We always want to shoot like this.
You got it.
Put your camera like this.
Because you think of your TV's widescreen, or even if it's the older tube TVs.
This is the orientation you want.
You got it. That's the orientation that you want.
Okay, so let's talk about editing. This is definitely something I do when I'm doing my videos for, like, you know, I do sports videos for my kids.
There you go.
I think people are afraid of editing, but what kind of editing, how does that take your product to the next level?
Editing can take your home videos to the next level, that's for sure. So anything from just, the nice thing about editing is that you can shoot as much footage as you want, and it doesn't have to be shot chronologically in order. So later, say, oh, I want to get a shot of this, I forgot to get a shot of that. You can go back and get it, and then when you go and edit it into your computer, you can pull that shot back to wherever you want it to be placed at.
You also talk about not just taking video of the action, the blowing out of the candles or the unwrapping of the some of the shots that kind of, if you were working at a television station or if you were making a movie, there would be establishing shots and there would be transitional shots. So what do you look for in an event to get those?
You want to kind of look at the event that you're getting ready to shoot. Think of it as a story, because it's a story. You're essentially, think of it as you're making a documentary film. And think about
little Johnny's first birthday party.
You got it. Hey, you know, you should see my kids' videos. They're pretty souped up.
Is it epic?
They're pretty souped up. I can put music underneath there, but anyways, you got to think of it as a story. Think about it as from a perspective of somebody that doesn't know your kids or doesn't know your family. And get those establishing shots, get those detail shots, shots that define that space, to define that area. And then when you're shooting, say, little Johnny opening up presents, don't just kind of shoot just from a high angle, you know, because usually mom or dad's in the back there holding up like this, filming them. Get down there with the kids, kind of get in between their little heads so you kind of get the little kid's perspective.
Do you interview your kids? Ask them questions, or do you just let it happen?
I just let it happen. I'm a big advocate of just letting those moments unfold, because some things that happen, especially when I film weddings, you just can't script.
When you're talking about some of the compositional elements, you know, the details, what kind of details do you kind of pay attention to? You know, if there's a flower sticking out of their head, or is the sun in their eyes, or, I mean, do you pay attention to those details when it's the home video?
Well, it's up to you. That's the nice thing about home videos, that it's truly up to you what you want, what details you want to get. You want to get details that define that moment and define that space. So if it's a birthday party, get shots of the presents before they're opened, you know?
Right. And the theme, if whatever your theme is for this little kid.
Yeah, if it's Spider-Man or SpongeBob, you know, get some shots of a sponge.
Yes. And my dad, Bob.
Yeah, there you go.
His name. Well, I think you're right about letting it sort of unfold. I tried to make my kids perform for me, and at one point we had the hilarious video of my 2-year-old son. I said, make the baby laugh, make him laugh, make him laugh. And he looks at me and goes, you make him laugh. And he kicked his walker.
Oh no.
The funniest video
that's,
ever.
That's like that's a little bit of directing, so that's kind of cool. You know, you get those magical moments
so
like that.
Funny. It's so funny. It's
Those
the
are
older
like-
brother like, no, we're not doing this.
Those are $10,000 videos on America's Funniest Home Videos.
I know. I kept waiting. I should have sent one in. Darn it! What was I thinking? At any rate, okay. So mainly we just want to pay attention to some detail.
Yeah, and even
we'll
with-
have a better video.
You got it. And even with editing, you can even use sound to transition to the next shot. So if like the sound's off camera, you can pull that audio in the editing process, pull that audio underneath your clip before, because the sound will kind of intrigue that person to what's going on in the next clip. So
It's fantastic. Okay, so we're just about out of time. We don't edit here. It's just go, go, go,
Go, go, go.
go, go. Say the name of your website, both websites, so that people can find you.
Crossing River Weddings is my wedding filmmaking business, and Crossing River Studios is my business production videos.
And you can visit, again, I really recommend checking out those wedding videos. You won't believe it. They're really cool. All right, when we come back, simple corn, sweet corn, healthy corn.